Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shry Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shry Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire Tablet with just a few clicks.
Come on. Welcome inside of the Meadowview Marriott Conference Resort and Convention Center in Kingsport, Tennessee. It's the Appalachian Athletic Conference Women's Basketball Championship for 2025. We're here in Hall A and ready to go between the Eagles of Reinhardt University and the Bryan College Lions for what promises to be a barn burner. Gabriel Schrei, Gary Justice, excited you're here with us. Gary, this one's going to be really good.
Yeah, you get into the 3-6 matchup, it's always going to be good. And both these teams have had a great season. They like to get down the floor. They score a lot of points. Reinhardt will come to the game averaging 70 points per contest. Bryan averages 68. Some quality players both ways, honoring the all-conference honorees right now. Reinhardt will score about 26 field goals per contest, 8 threes, while the Bryan Lions, they'll find the bottom of the bucket about 24 times per contest, and they'll sink 7 behind the arc on average this year.
There's a look at your Reinhardt University Eagles, who are meeting the starting lineup above. On the other end of the floor, the Lions of Bryan College are still getting ready to go. The Lions finished 15-12 overall, 13 conference wins. They lost their last game of the season. Reinhardt 21-7, 17 wins in AAC play this year. A dangerous starting five ready to go in Kingsport for them.
Yeah, the key here at Bryan for them to be successful, Matt Belant he'll tell you they got to take care of the basketball. On the season, they average more turnovers than assists per ball game. They have to value each and every possession, especially with this Reinhardt Eagles team who will come in and they're very scrappy on the defensive end. They get their hands in the passing lane. They'll knock a lot of basketballs down, create a lot of turnovers, get a lot of easy buckets. So look for Bryan to value each and every possession.
The winner of this game will take on Tennessee Wesleyan's Bulldogs at 4 o'clock tomorrow in the semifinal. Gabriel Schrei, Gary Justice, welcome inside of the Meadowview Marriott Conference and Resort Center. College basketball starts now on the Southeast Sports Network. Opening tip, one away by the Lions of Bryan College. And their starting five will run the floor first.
You got to look here. You want to run your best set the first play. Try to score that basketball as early as possible.
Floater is off the mark, so the board stays clean as Reinhardt pulls in the rebound.
Nice job on the defensive glass by Mackenzie Franklin. Pulled it down with a 40.
The five on the floor for Reinhardt's Eagles. It's pitched across by Mackenzie Franklin. And Noelle Lavery, the newcomer of the year for the Appalachian Athletic Conference, buries that running floater. She's looking good. Along with her, Lafina Campbell wearing number 24. Julia Kraft wearing number 10. And rounding out the five on the floor for Reinhardt's Eagles, Haley Johnson. Tried to send that inside. Lions working it around the arc.
Yeah, Reinhardt's going to be typically man-to-man defense all day long.
On the way, the three ball goes. So our first lead change is up on the board as it's 3-2.
Nice look, a nice open look from Leah Sinet.
To respond, the Eagles down inside. Franklin being harassed, can't stay with it, and she's fouled.
A lot of contact, triple team. I think we're going to get Sydney Neal, I believe. It is. Should be called for the bump. Mackenzie Franklin, the junior, averaged 4 points per block contest, but she's definitely a player to contend with in the post.
The five on the floor for the Lions of Bryan College, as the first is off the mark for Franklin. Wearing number 10, Tori Brooks. 12, Sydney Neal. She's been a staple for a long time for the Lions of Bryan College. Franklin will take her second. This one goes and ties us for the first time. So we've got one lead change and one tie already between these two. Moving quickly back to the other end of the floor. Leah Stinnett on the floor as part of the five. She gets the ball and pitches it back across to the far side. This one a bank shot for Autumn Davis, who keeps the Lions out ahead of Reinhardt University.
A good look off the left wing. Shot the basketball with confidence. Got the good result.
Haley Johnson knifes her way into the mid-post and gets this to go with a hook shot as it's a one-point game. 6-5, 2 minutes gone.
Handling the rock with confidence, going behind the back, got into the paint to run one-handed shot.
From the wing, that one is off the mark. Three ball on the way for Lavery. Too much as it comes off the heel of the iron. On the way from the corner, this one rolls over the top. Lavery fighting for it, scrambling for the ball. Campbell can't reach it in time as Nevaeh Majors pushes that into the Reinhardt Eagle bench.
Yeah, nice play by both teams there.
Tony Campbell, center screen right above the word Lions. He is the head coach, the bench boss for Reinhardt's Eagles. Played college ball at Reinhardt. Promoted from his assistant role to take over the program, and he's been very good. He has propelled Reinhardt into contender status annually. LaFina Campbell.
You got shot makers both ways for the for the Eagles and the Lions.
In trouble. Lavery goes down, blown tire. Scramble for the ball. Tory Brooks picks it up. Shoveled across the floor. Down the boardwalk. Here come the Bryan Lions. BC from the elbow, kicked outside. Wing shot, three ball short. Skiffed off the front of the iron for Nevaeh Majors.
That's a nice look. Skip a little short.
On the way, in trouble in the paint. Violation as this rattles and goes.
Could be an offensive foul, but I believe it is. We get the basketball back to the Bryan Lions. We got subs coming both ways.
Bunch of changes on the floor. Isaiah McCutcheon's on. We're also going to get a look at Lena Van Dyke. Changing in for the Lions of Brian Kelsey Johnson on the floor for the first time today.
Tory Brooks, Autumn Davis, and Leah Sinnett were all honored before the ball game, receiving all AAC honors.
Pitched across, down low, blockered away from Sinnett's hand. On the baseline, battle for it in the low paint. Wants to go outside, floated to the corner. Bryan College down the baseline, fires a shot off the glass. Bank is open. Cash money deposit.
Playing off 2 feet, was able to absorb the contact and finish at the rim.
Driving down along the edge of the block. Three ball on the way. Lavery! Oh, baby, she says, I see your bank, I raise you a credit union. Money!
Back and forth basketball here early.
Spin move, glass, no. Rolled off the side of the iron. We're tied for the second time. 8-all in Kingsport with 6 to play in the first.
Nice job of Van Dyke to rip down the defensive board for the Eagles.
Lena to Julia Kraft. One of the craftiest players in the league. She has been electric again all season long. The graduate student can't take the passes. It's misfired from the outside of the arc. Long play down the floor for Davis and the Bryan Lions. Pitched over the top to the wing. Wants the three ball. Avoids Lena and stops on the elbow. From the front on the straightaway. This one back to the wing and the three ball too much. Bryan College, Tory Brooks gets it back. From 2 steps beyond the arc. This one off the mark. Tory Brooks from the timeline prevents Reinhardt from having a breakaway score. Would have been fast break points all alone. This one wide. Picked up after Stinnett misses, and now McCutcheons will run the floor.
Had to like the effort on the offensive glass, get those extra shots up. They like to see one go down, though. I love the effort. Walking in class clean.
Pitch to Kraft along the side of the floor. Julia over the top. Lavery fires on the step back Jay and catches the foul. Great attack of the basket, and we are off to a hot start. Our second tie already. We've seen a lead change. 4:42 to go still in the first. This one is moving quickly.
Lavery going to the line. She is the graduate student, the newcomer of the year, first team all-conference, 17 points per contest, 50% from the field, 38% from deep, and an impressive 88% from the free throw line.
Nothing but net. She rustles the twine and puts Reinhardt out in front. Our second lead change of the game already. Eagles get that to go as well. 10-8 out in front by a pair.
Bryan Lions having the ability here early to get to the rim. See if the Eagles can play connected more defensively the next few possessions.
On the wing, pitched across to the far side. Corner three on the way, and it bangs home for the Bryan Lions. Our third lead change. They're ahead by a point in Kingsport.
Kenyon with her first make of the afternoon. Shot that one with confidence deep in that left corner. Ringing ring.
riggedy range. Julia Kraft, the hook shot, rims, spins, falls, rustling the twine. A 1-point game with 4 lead changes in our first 6 minutes.
Back and forth basketball action here. Both these teams want to advance in the AAC basketball tournament.
Sent to the straightaway. Delivered across carefully. Ella Summers wanted to go to the corner. This one kicked intentionally.
Nice job for Camper to jump the passing lane, knock the basketball out of bounds. 13 on the shot clock.
A couple of players to keep an eye on that end of the floor. Julia Kraft, definitely the player to watch. 37 steals this season for Reinhardt University. 3 ball on the way. Lavery couldn't bury that. 3.5 to play in our first as it remains a 1-point game. Reinhardt out in front. This off the mark.
Love the intentionality of getting to the rim. They're forcing Reinhardt to guard them. They'll take the 3. That's definitely a drive and kick. Love the game plan so far from Coach Polant.
Long pitch over the top. Brooks down the baseline. Number 10 defended by 10. Blockered away by Lena Van Dyke. Here's the 3 ball from Summers, who banks it in off the glass.
It is 3 bank threes already in this contest. We're only in the first period.
2-point game, and that is our 5th lead change of this first quarter. Reinhardt can't respond. Eagles miss the mark.
Free off of Van Dyke's hands, out of bounds. That allows Sydney Neal to check back in. Autumn Davis will check out. Tori Brooks 1 of 4 from the floor so far. See if they can get a little screen and roll up top, get something going downhill.
Pitched across to the wing. Lions back outside. 3 ball on the way for Summers, this time short. Ella nearly drained it. From alongside the mid-post, it rattles, rims, and drains for number 15, Ayanna Kennard.
That is the 3rd bank shot made by Bryan in the first period.
Reinhardt Eagles, McCutcheons, Lavery. Noel wanted to pull. Van Dyke. Back to McCutcheons on the wing. Entry pass, loose on the elbow, and Lavery tied up jump ball as she scrambles to the floor to try and keep that away from Kelsey Johnson.
He'll stay with the Eagles.
Johnson very scrappy, 19 steals this season, trailing only Crittenden with 34 and Stinnett with 48 steals for the Bryan Lions.
Nia Moon just checked in for the Reinhardt Eagles.
Moon is sneaky athletic. Moon floats it over the top. There's the 3 ball off the heel of the iron as Ella pulls it in. 2 to play in our first, 16-12. 5 lead changes already in this first quarter between the Lions and Eagles. Huge collision down inside.
Offensive foul called on the drive. Here is Sydney Neal. Be her 2nd foul here in the first period. The 3rd team foul.
Ball will go back the way of the Reinhardt Eagles as Noel Lavery will inbound. Taking just a moment. This is Lafina Campbell. From the wing. Sent to the straightaway. Elbow, Campbell. Step back, now driving baseline. Here's a shot off the glass, it rims and goes. We're within 2 with 90 seconds to play in the first.
Always a bucket, 2nd team all AAC, defensive team, 1st team as well. Got to the puck, was able to finish.
From the front court, down along the edge of the arc. Sidesteps Kelsey, pitch to the corner, 3 ball on the way. Brooks rims out. This one tipped off of the floor A good look for Sydney Neal. She was wide open, had to take that. And she's been good from range this season, 34%, 20 for 59 during the regular season. Averages a couple buckets a game, just couldn't knock it down this time.
Majors and Davis will check back in for the Lions, as Summers and Neal will check out.
Floater, yes, off the glass this goes, and she is fired up about it.
Tori Brooks got all the way to the bucket, able to finish high off the glass. Now she'll have an opportunity to complete the three-point play. Get Brooks 4. She goes to the free throw line for the first time today. The senior, 86% from the free throw line this season.
From the line, Tori Brooks, 67 seconds to play in our first 4-point game. Make it 5. 19-14. First period winding quickly. Reinhardt Eagles, McCutcheon's the whistle.
Here we get Davis on the bump. And that'll be the 4th team foul. Allow Sinet to check back in. Kelsey Johnson will check out for the Bryan Lions.
Reinhardt Eagles floated across. Moon back to McCutcheon's. Heavily defended. Fights her way to the mid-post. Out front from the top of the block. Lena Van Dyke steps into the paint. Fires, rattles, goes.
Nice patient little up and under. Nice soft touch from the forward.
And a collision on the straightaway. The call in favor of Reinhardt, as you can hear the Eagles celebrate.
It's on Tori Brooks. It'll be her first, team's 5th. They will not shoot free throws since that's an offensive foul.
Eagles put this back onto the floor. McCutcheon's from the point, crosses into the front court over the timeline. Orange, pitch to Lavery. She goes to the corner. Violation down there, uncalled according to the Bryan fans. Lions let them have it. Van Dyke along the baseline, floated. McCutcheon's out front on the wing. Moon sidesteps, top of the block, yes. Automatic, 1-point game. 19-18, 12 seconds to play in our first. Pitch to the corner, 6 seconds, 5 on the baseline. Bryan Lions straight away, open, 2 seconds, fires the 3, it clatters high and won't go as Lavery finishes our first period with the ball in her hands. A 1-point game, 19-18. Reinhardt Eagles trail to the Bryan Lions. Back in Kingsport, Tennessee, Southeast Sports Network, Gabriel Schrei, Gary Justice here with me. Glad you're along with us. Gary, an electric first period of play, a 1-point game, 19-18. The lead currently in the hands of the Lions, but Reinhardt is going to bring everything they have entering the second period.
We talk about basketball games, especially early, is like two boxers exchanging punches, kind of set up that knockout blow later on. Well, this first period, Gabe, that is exactly what's happened. Bryan, they threw a couple of jabs from behind the arc and attacking the bucket. Then Reinhardt will respond with their own offensive rebounds, putbacks, nice soft jumpers. This will be a fun one. Don't go anywhere.
Gabriel Schrei, Gary Justice. I'll tell you what caught me off guard today. The weather's really nice here. 60 degrees outside.
Gorgeous. Especially for February.
1-point game as we get started with the second period. 3-ball on the way. This one a big high bounce and won't go. Battle for it along the low post. Pitched off of the floor.
Yeah, a lot of physicality right now underneath the glass. And both teams are bringing that physicality. The lunch pail mentality from both teams. You just get a different vibe during postseason play.
19-18, 30 seconds gone. Julia Kraft lights off the three. It rolls over the top of the iron and won't go. Well defended on the outside by Kinner. They're going to have to keep an eye on Kraft. 36% from outside this year. Kinner, elbow, swindles her way down to the mid-post and drains it.
Give her 7 points. A very crafty score. Up and under. Use the glass.
Kraft across to the wing. Johnson, Franklin. 1 minute gone. 3-point game. 21-18, second period.
Look on the end line. Be a turnover back to the Bryan Lions. That'll allow Kelsey Johnson to check back in. Give Kennard a break.
Gary, we've seen an almost unbelievable 5 lead changes and 2 ties already in this.
Back and forth basketball here. Both teams still delivering those blows.
From midcourt, a couple of handoffs. Tori Brooks. From the wing, the drive to the top of the block. On the elbow. Taken down. Loose ball. Driving and firing. This won't go for Stinnett.
Reinhardt will look to push every single miss.
Kick to the corner. Kraft back inside. Johnson across. Franklin straight away. Simpson sidesteps. Floated back door. And this one a violation on the Eagles. Turnover to the Lions.
Simpson will be called for the foul. For the charge will be her first, team's first in the second period.
Kiara Simpson, 37 regular season steals. She's a menace. Very physical, very aggressive. Great scorer, both ends of the floor.
A talented ball player, that's for sure. And she brings a presence. You have to know where she is. If you don't box her out on the glass, she'll corral every single rebound.
And she's a nice kid, too. She's a good kid off the floor, and that goes a long way. Wing, Lions of Bryan College. Down along the sideline, Bryan. Defended by McCutcheon, spinning and trying to fire. Autumn Davis somehow gets that across to Stinnett, but the 3 off the mark. Regathered for a moment before it's taken away by Reinhardt. Free and running, McCutcheon's across to Johnson. Haley looking to put this in off the glass, and she does to bring us within 1. 21-20 with 7.5 to play in the first half.
She made that look easy on. Catch that basketball on the run. Don't put a dribble down. Just shoot it up off the glass, nice and soft for 2 points.
Entry pass rattles and won't go as we do get the whistle. This one against the Lions, an offensive foul.
Summers and Neal will return for the Lions. Majors and Johnson will check out. Lavery will return for the Eagles. Haley Johnson will check out. Reinhardt's doing a good job defensively of jamming the point guard. We're able to jam the point guard. It just disrupts all the offense.
To the straightaway, it's Simpson. Once McCutcheon's. Little rotation, Kiara to Franklin. McKenzie defended by Summers. Back to McCutcheon's. From the straightaway, she drives. Kraft open on the sideline for 3. She buries it, rustling the twine for our 6th lead change of the game.
It's her first bucket. It's her first 3. Give her 5. Back and forth basketball here in Kingsport. McCutcheon gets her hands on another transition opportunity.
Stolen down the floor. McCutcheon's just chucks that up, and she's fouled on the opposing end.
Did a nice job. Had the defender running beside of her, created the contact as she's going to the rim. Now she has an opportunity to cash in from the free throw line. This will be her first trip. The freshman, 63% on the season. She's a member of the all-freshman team on before the game as well from the AAC.
Matt Boland took over in the offseason for the Lions of Bryan College, replacing Gabe Johnson. Head coach of the program. First is off the mark for McCutcheon's. Boland, Campbell, both run tight ships. Love Tony Campbell. Tony back coaching this year after a horrible car accident left him unable to walk for months on end last season. Went off the road in North Georgia, and as we all know, these mountain roads very dangerous. Glad to see him back coaching and winning.
He does a good job for Reinhardt. He's more than a basketball coach for these young ladies as well.
Kraft heavily defending Brooks. Blown tire loose on the elbow. Simpson able to create the turnover jump ball.
And Coach Bowen is not agreeing with that call. He thought Brooks was still dribbling the basketball. As he's having a nice conversation with the official, and the official is explaining why the call was made.
Reinhardt will walk to the other end of the floor. McCutcheon's taking her time. The handoff to the graduate student, the Georgia native. She pitches to Noelle Lavery. Van Dyke floats it across. Simpson on the way, clattered off the front of the iron. Van Dyke can't regather, boarded by Stinnett. She averages 4 per game, 100 regular season rebounds. Knifing her way inside, a little kiss off of the glass. Too easy for the Lions of Bryan College as this one goes for Kinnard.
And a nice shot went the right side to the left side.
The response short for Lavery. Unusual to see Lavery miss a couple in a row like that. Noelle this season, 50% from the floor, 38% from beyond the arc, 18 points per game.
Big time scorer, newcomer of the year in the conference, and anytime you shoot that many threes at a 38% clip, it shows you a really good shooter.
Extremely impressive. Down the floor go the Lions of Bryan College. Down along the baseline, the foul.
The Reinhardt Eagles doing a good job of playing defense, with very physical defense, making things hard on the Bryan Lions. In that first quarter, Bryan was able to get to the bucket anytime they wanted to. Reinhardt's made that adjustment in their second period. They're jamming everything on these handoff screens, playing the passing lanes. Much better job defensively in the second period.
Stinnett to Summers, contested by Van Dyke, just short. Ella can't regather. Lena has the ball. Gets the rebound off the miss. McCutcheons will run the floor. Leaves it off for Julia Kraft. Kraft, spin move on the mid-block. Out to Lena, loose in the corner, and it rolls off. Last touch by the Lions.
Kelsey Johnson checked back in for the Lions. She'll give Tori Brooks a break. Getting a little winded out on the floor.
Lavery will inbound for Reinhardt University. Put on to McCutcheons on the elbow. She fires, and this one won't go. A little hook shot as it remains 23-22.
That's Van Dyke's 5th rebound here in the first half.
Lavery fires, it rattles out as we get the whistle. Lavery's up to 7 points. This will send her back to the line where she's been perfect so far, 2 for 2.
I love watching confident basketball players, and Noelle Lavery is one of those basketball players who loves to compete, gets on the offensive end, and she can score from anywhere on the floor.
Yes, she's now 3 for 3, 8 points on the day for Reinhardt University. No surprise to see her do well at the line, 88% this year from there. Eagles out in front.
Campbell return for give McCutcheons a break. Campbell, a second team All AAC member.
Four and a half to play in our first half, 24-23. Wanted the handoff, instead hangs on to it. Pitch to the corner, 3 ball on the way, and a little short for Kelsey Johnson, who can't get it to go.
Yeah, Lena Van Dyke's done a nice job off the bench here for Reinhardt, coming and boxing out. Get some really good minutes for Coach Campbell.
Reinhardt Eagles, Lafina running the floor. Pitched across. Reinhardt, Kraft out front. Lafina wide open on the straightaway, contested at the last moment. That's off the mark. Lions. Pitch to the far corner. Bryan College, down low, taken by Reinhardt. Camper's got it. She's pursued by Stinnett. Julia Kraft from the sideline. The graduate student, the Georgia native, buries it from downtown Kingsport.
Her first three here in the first half, give her 7 points. That's a huge shot for the Reinhardt Eagles.
.320 to play in the first half as we've got a blown tire. Two players tangled up and going down together. Eight first half lead changes, Gary.
Back and forth basketball. Reinhardt's tried to deliver a couple knockout blows in the first half. Reinhardt's not been willing to receive. Bryan's not been willing to receive those blows.
Kinnard left off for Stinnett. Drives mid-post. Yes, this goes off the glass. And it's a 1 point game again with 3 to play in the first half. 26-25 Reinhardt lead.
Playing off 2 feet, being able to absorb contact and finish.
Violation. Lafina Campbell catches the whistle.
We're going to get Autumn Davis with a bump. Davis's third foul.
Lavery, wing. Camper was defended by Johnson, went to Kraft. Now back over to Campbell, who is covered up by Stinnett. Scratch that, that's still Campbell, excuse me. Lafina, 3 ball off the front of the iron. It remains a 1 point game. Ball's loose over the baseline.
Right now on the glass, Reinhardt just wants the basketball more than what Bryan does. They're battling on the offense and the defensive glass. If Bryan's going to be successful and stay in this ball game, they got to start boxing out a little bit more effort to get a rebound.
McCutcheon's Lavery far side, Camper back outside on the wing. Reinhardt Eagles making some rotation. 7 seconds on the shot clock. 2 1/4 in our first half. Kraft, 4-3, shot away. This one is wide. Got it off in time on the shot clock. That's a good look.
Excellent job getting that third pass of a possession, trying to find an open shooter. He did. Shot just slightly off to the right.
Crossing the midcourt stripe into the front court. Here come the Lions of Bryan. Left off for Stinnett. Floated to Tori Brooks, who lights off a 3. It just kisses off the front of the iron.
Bryan did a better job this time getting another offensive possession.
Lions of Bryan College, the violation she's grabbed at as she runs down the side of the block.
McCutcheon's, that'll be her first, team's second. Allow Franklin to check back in, replacing Lena Van Dyke. And Moon will replace Julia Kraft.
At the stripe. No. Remains a 1 point Eagle lead. She'll shoot a second. Yes, we're tied. 26 all with 1:51 to play in the first half. That makes it our third tie of this game. An unbelievable 8 first half lead changes and 3 ties in Kingsport between these two. I think they may have seeded the tournament properly. Lavery, the newcomer of the year for the Appalachian Athletic Conference, with 90 seconds in the first half. 26 all to make it 29, no. Breaking away, Lions. Knifing her way inside, Stinnett blockered away by Mackenzie. Franklin and Reinhardt creates the turnover.
They're going to push now. Got to capitalize on these opportunities.
Eagles soaring down the floor. McCutcheon's Moon sidesteps. Floater, short range, she gets it to go. 28-26. The Eagles hang on to the lead for now by 2 with less than a minute to play in the first. Bryan to respond. From 2 steps beyond the arc, it's short. sailing down to the baseline, and it's off of the floor.
Yeah, Nia Moon's unable to keep her feet in bounds. 47 seconds to play in the halftime. Eagles up by 2. We're going to put 20 on the shot clock.
Pitched onto the floor, left off by Kinnard. Entry pass down low, Stinnett to the arc, and now going to be left off down along the baseline. Lavery heavily defending Stinnett. And the 3 ball, she stepped off the floor. The Lions turn it back over to Reinhardt.
We've seen that several times today with the shooters catching the basketball and they taking that slight step back to kind of gain their momentum to push forward. Step too far back, step out of bounds, turnover. Gives the basketball to the Eagles.
McCutcheons trying to shake the defender, slides past Lavery. Noel sets up a fake screen. Out to Moon, Nia. And this one goes off the glass to make it a 4-point game with 10 seconds left in the half. The Lions of Bryan looking to respond. 5 seconds. Bryan College down the floor, knifes her way inside off the mark. Mackenzie Franklin has it. There goes the buzzer. So the Lions trailing by 4 as Reinhardt scores with seconds left to go in the first half. Looking really good in Kingsport, Gary.
Yeah, Nia Moon giving a little bit of momentum to the Reinhardt Eagles. Went to the locker room, leading this one by 4.
30-26, Reinhardt in the driver's seat.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere. Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
The story of the United States has been written for centuries. Penned by millions of authors, written in every language, from every perspective. With every chapter as unique as our people and our land. Our story is one made up of many. Find yours in the USA.
The rhythmic sound of more than 500 cascading waterfalls. The endless echo of more than 10,000 caves. The serene silence of 1,000 miles of wilderness trails. The next time someone tells you to get lost, consider it an opportunity. Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
At the Salvation Army, a shelter isn't just a place to rest. It's a chance to shed layers, let loose, and finally let it go. With your gift, a warm bed is just the beginning. It's the first night of a new day. When our homeless neighbors feel safe enough to close their eyes, they can see the way forward.
A truck is a tool, but a ram is life. Yeah, it's the wipe the sweat off your brow sort of life. But it's also the let's load up the ATV's life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's find a secret spot to fish life. That looks nice. Innovations, comforts, and powertrains built to power all the lives you live. Ram.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire Tablet with just a few clicks.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
In Kingsport, Tennessee, it's the 2025 Appalachian Athletic Conference Basketball Championships. A 4-point game at the half. Reinhardt just edging out the Lions of Bryan College 30-26 after 2 periods of play. Gabriel Schrei, Gary Justice, glad you're with us. Welcome back inside of the Meadowview Marriott Conference Resort and Convention Center.
So in the first half, Gabe, the Reinhardt Eagles go 1 of 12 from deep. They go 11 of 13 from 2-point land. I believe I'll be concentrating on the 2-point shots a little bit more here in the second half.
Probably also would be taking a long, hard look at the 2-ball. This one goes from 3 right on cue. Julia Kraft, the graduate student, buries that from the front porch of Eastman.
So take that, Gary, for the first possession in the second half.
33-26, Reinhardt a 7-point lead after the half. Right away they scored. Lions of Bryan College. Brooks, the handoff from the elbow. Davis knifes her way down to the low block. 3-ball on the way from the sideline, and this one pinballs over the top for the Bryan Lions. Just 60 seconds gone. On the way for Lavery, this one short. Big collision. Johnson laughs it off.
She is not scared of, she's fearless, Haley Johnson. She does not mind the contact whatsoever. Bolant, I'm going to try to get Tori Brooks going here early in this second half. One of the top scorers in the conference.
Gary 7, the largest lead of the game, 33-26. Down inside, Lions off the mark. Bryan College does keep the ball. Pitched back outside by Neal. 3-ball on the way. This one buried. She hit that from Dayton.
A second, a third, a fourth pass on that possession off the offensive glass allows Bryan to get on the scoreboard here in the second half.
We're within 4 in Kingsport. On the straightaway, it's Campbell. Down low from the baseline, Noah Lavery, automatic for the Reinhardt Eagles.
First player in double figures in this ballgame will give her 11. Very efficient score.
Lions the handoff, Bryan across the floor. Pitch to the straightaway. This is Tori Brooks on the wing. Trying the other side. Knifing her way down low. This is off the mark, and the violation is Autumn Davis is fouled intentionally.
Yeah, got Mackenzie Franklin with the bump. It'll be her first, team's first here in the third period. Send Davis to the line for a couple opportunities from the free throw line. Her first trip, 69% on the season for the sophomore.
Yes. Five-point game. Yes. 4-point game. She hits both at the line, 35-31. Both teams have scored 5 since the locker room trip. Johnson wide. Franklin regathers down on the baseline, scrambling for it on the boardwalk. So Reinhardt turns it over after some discussion.
Yeah, Coach Campbell's one of the rules explanation.
Not going to get it. They ignore Tony Campbell.
So turnover to Bryan. Lions have the basketball now. Coach Campbell will be called for the bump. That'll be her third foul early in the third period.
Lone tire for Lafina. On the way, rattles off the front of the iron, couldn't get it to go.
Lavery is such a good basketball player. Crowd that defense rebound after a great block out. Now the Eagles are going to push.
Set alongside the block and back up top to Lavery as they take a step and turn it over.
Mackenzie Franklin thought she got hacked. I believe she may have been correct on that one. She got hit on the arm, caused her to lose her pivot foot. The official saw it a different way. Steps called for Bryan Lyons with possession. Back and forth basketball here in Kingsport. Bryan still looking to attack the rim.
Down inside, a scramble for the ball and the jump ball.
And it will stay with the Lions, I believe. It will. .14 on the shot clock. Got plenty of time to run a
pitch down to the floor. Lions back from the front court. It's Neal. Distributed to the wing. Wants to go inside. Davis cuts in against McCutcheons. Across to Stinnett. She fires off the glass. No. Still a 4-point game. The ball going with Reinhardt.
Mackenzie Franklin again showing her ability to box out multiple people on the defensive glass. Crowd rebound. She got smacked. As you hear, Coach Polano was telling Stinnett, just shoot the jump shot.
Almost defensively rebound. Off back screen. Switch up. Help you out.
Floated down inside. Lavery fires and gets it to go from mid-range. 37-31. Reinhardt a 6-point lead.
Shot that off 1 foot. Crafty scorer. Very savvy player. Well, Lavery.
The largest lead of the game is 7. Lions looking to trim the fat.
Yeah, look for Reinhardt's looking to start stringing stops together. Multiple stops. They're starting to score at a pretty high rate.
Long ball short. Lions can't regather. Lavery uses her frame to take it away.
There's one of those stops they need to see if they can expand their lead.
Reinhardt Eagles for the largest lead of the game. This one off the mark. McCutcheons regathers on the baseline, jostled, and possession to Bryan.
Look for Reinhardt to continue to try to get those paint touches here in the second half. That provides that rim pressure. It makes the teams come out of their defensive shell. Right now, Bryan is kind of just packing everything in the paint. Look for them to try to get more paint touches, see if they can break that defensive shell, get some easy shots.
Franklin, McCutcheons, Kraft back to McCutcheons. Definitely signaled Lions ball. Reinhardt down to the baseline. Shot comes up short. Am I crazy?
You're not crazy, no.
Okay. All right, thank you. Lions ball, anyhow. Here you go, Reinhardt. Okay.
Speaking as a former official, I know sometimes you yell a certain color and point a different way, so he may have yelled.
I understand.
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
But still.
I do that. I announce. Say the wrong name half the time. Down inside, ball is blockered away by Van Dyke. Eagles, really nice play defensively. Look at number 12 smile.
Yeah, the freshman played a heck of a game so far. Only got 2 points, got 5 rebounds, got a couple of blocks. I thought she's played some really good minutes off the bench for Coach Campbell today.
Eagles in a defensive shell. It's not enough. It's a 4-point game again with 5 minutes still to go in our third.
Corey Brooks is up to 7 points for Bryan. Look for this paint touch. They're trying to get it to Van Dyke, unable to do so.
Julia Kraft nearly stripped away and now tied up along the baseline.
Summers will check in. Brooks will check out for Bryan. Only 7 on the shot clock, though.
37-33, 4:40 to go in the third period. Lena, straightaway, McCutcheons. Defended by Davis, intercepted by the Lions of Bryan. Fast break opportunity, trying to score points. Bryan College across the floor to Kinnard. She knifes her way down to the high post and fires. It's wide. Bryan keeps it alive. Floated back out to the straightaway. They'll slow down for a moment. Johnson, entry pass. Summers, no. Taken in by Van Dyke. And Lena, the violation, the ball will go with Reinhardt University.
That's a nice battle between Lena Van Dyke and Ella Summers, 2 bench players. They come in and give them valuable minutes for their respective squads. Love to see people compete on the basketball court.
McCutcheons. Van Dyke. 4 minutes to go in the third. 4-point game. 37-33, Reinhardt Eagles. McCutcheons knifes her way to the top of the block, down to the mid-post, firing from long range. Lavery off of the feed. The 3-ball makes it a 7-point game, 40-33.
Held the release and stared at her own bench, letting her teammates know. Hop mob back. I'll take you to the promised land.
On the wing, Lions. Summer, this one off the mark. Ella Summers couldn't knock it down. And now the violation along the baseline as the Lions can't believe it.
Nia Moon's going to return to the lineup for the first time in the second half. She had those 2 buckets to close out the first half. I thought gave Reinhardt that momentum going into the locker room.
3:24 to play in this period. As McCutcheons will run the floor for Reinhardt University. We've slowed down just a little bit.
Interesting lineup on the floor right now for Reinhardt.
Long ball is away for Noelle Lavery, cooking with gasoline in Kingsport. 43-33, a 10-point lead is the largest of the game for the Reinhardt University Eagles in Kingsport, Tennessee. And there she is, the newcomer of the year for the AAC.
Making it rain, drilling her 3rd made 3 of the afternoon, give her 19.
Oh, baby, she's cooking with gasoline. How do you slow a player like that down?
Had to play a lot more physical on defense without fouling, that's for sure.
Well, we've got some housekeeping to do in Kingsport, so don't go anywhere. We've got a few different things to talk about. Firstly, we want to remind you for updates on the tournament, for your award winners, and for all league news, follow the Appalachian Athletic Conference on social media at AAC Sports. Visit AACsports.com. Get all the latest from Jay Stansel and the Appalachian Athletic Conference. You can also connect with us at SESN Sports, SESNsports.com. Find us on your favorite social media platforms. And after this one, the winner is going to move on in the bracket, so we'll take a look at what to expect. On the women's side of the AAC basketball bracket, the winner will take on the Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs in the 4 p.m. game tomorrow. Milligan moved on, UPike moved on. They'll play at 2 p.m. tomorrow.
Yeah, the Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs pulled off the upset over the Johnson Royals game before this one. So it should be Tennessee Wesleyan and Tennessee doing a little scout action. So they'll be playing tomorrow at 4 o'clock.
Back underway in Kingsport.
Yeah, offense is becoming a struggle right now for Bryan.
From the straightaway, didn't like the look. Maybe a better opportunity on the feed over the top to the low block. Van Dyke blocks it. Clean play. Reinhardt with the ball and Lavery sent to the hardwood.
That's going to be on Brooks. I think it was a little frustration foul. That's her 2nd personal foul of the afternoon. That's going to be number 2 on the team.
I think the toughest thing about Reinhardt's situation, they're so good. This team can do a lot. They can make a lot of noise this weekend. They can make a lot of noise nationally, but you've got a player that's so talented in Lavery. She has to be your facilitator on offense. How do you protect her? She's already banged up. 3-ball goes. The response from the Bryan Lions.
When she's banged up, you got to have other people like that make shots, takes the pressure off her, maybe get a few more minutes on the bench so she can heal up.
Reinhardt has scored 9 to the last 2 of the Lions. What a run. Down low, foul in the low block, this time drawn by Kinnard.
Had Simpson and Van Dyke there. They're going to call it on. I think we'll call that on Simpson.
This is our new large lead of the evening for Reinhardt University as it's off the mark at the stripe. 13 points the advantage for the Eagles over the Lions. And this is a game that was tied 3 times in our first half. And we saw an unbelievable 8 lead changes. 8.
I'll tell you one thing, I've been really impressed with Reinhardt's defense this afternoon. Known as an offensive team, they only allow 61 points a game on average this season. Well below that pace. So Coach Campbell has to be happy with this squad, the defensive intensity they brought this afternoon.
Far side, Moon pulls up, contested short. Van Dyke tries to pick it up, take it on the baseline, fed to Kennard. Through midcourt. Lions of Bryan College. Driving along the block, pitch, 3-ball on the way. Yes, rustling the twine. This one goes from Dayton, Tennessee for Sidney Neal.
They're going for a little 2-2-1 full-court press, see if they can get a few easy buckets.
Roping passes from the front court, delivered by McCutcheons to Simpson. Backdoor, Van Dyke. Out front, McCutcheons through the paint, floater over the top, and Neal couldn't get it. Van Dyke regathers and goes over Kennard for the bucket. Off the glass, it's a 12-point advantage, 48-36, with 1 minute to play in the third.
I really like Lena Van Dyke's ball game. She knows her role. She'll go rebound. She'll get a couple of offense putbacks, playing a key role for the Eagles.
3-ball, this one goes. Neal, back-to-back trips down the floor with a range shot. She buries that one. Beautiful, beautiful ball, and with 51 seconds left to go in our third period of action, 48-39, Reinhardt Eagles in the lead. In Kingsport, we're tired. 11-point game, 1 minute to go in the third period. It's game 6 of the day for the Southeast Sports Network. And I think my age is showing, Gary.
It's amazing what happens. Well, I'm not going to talk about age, but as far as amazing what confident that made shots can do for you confidence-wise. Bryan with back-to-back threes got within 9 here. Let's see if they can bring that momentum to the defensive end.
From the straightaway to the wing. Yeah, I'm convinced my age is showing at 30 years old. Getting up there. Pitched out to the wing, driving inside. Reinhardt loses it. Johnson turns it over. Lions running quickly down the floor through midcourt.
Continue the momentum here. They got the couple of threes. You got the stop here. See if you can close out the third quarter. Take that momentum into the fourth quarter.
1/4 of a minute to play. Time winding. Ball poked away. 3 on the backcourt. Regathered. Lions down inside. Off the glass and the violation. Clutch moment for Bryan College, who is trailing by 11 with 2 seconds to play in the third.
We're going to get Haley Johnson on the bump. That'll be her first. That's going to send Davis to the line for 2. She's perfect from the charity stripe. 2 of 2.
Perfect as wild. No. Gary Justice, the announcer's jinx in full effect.
My apologies.
No. Double up on that. And time will expire. The ball rattles off the front of the iron as the public address announcer even makes a sound into the microphone. And that will wrap the third period. 48-39 in Kingsport as we go to the final bit of action between the Eagles of Reinhardt and the Lions of Bryan College. 10.
Oh,
In
wow.
Kingsport, the women's top 10 for the Appalachian Athletic Conference to close the season. That's what got us here, the seeding, the standings, as we went to the postseason.
At the end of the third quarter there, Bryan needed a little momentum. They had back-to-back threes from Sydney Neal. Again, anytime the ball goes through the bucket, you have an opportunity to get some confidence going.
And Gary, here's the top 10 for the league, for the entire nation. Dort out in front.
Yeah, very talented teams there. Dort, very talented club on the women's side and the men's side, playing out of the state of Iowa.
Driving down along the block, floated back outside. Entry pass, Franklin, a little kiss off of the glass, and the advantage pushed 50-39 for the Reinhardt Eagles. .30 seconds gone in our final period. This is off the mark.
Coach Newton screaming at his team, you gotta want it. They got the bucket, they got the stop here. Momentum was on the side of Bryan. Reinhardt trying to reclaim that momentum.
Pass down inside along the baseline. Lions keep it alive, trailing by 11 with 1 minute gone in our final period. Quickly down the floor, Kinnard hands it off, driving inside, pitch to Neal, who hit those 2 threes to close out the third period, and stolen by Mackenzie Franklin. Here come the Eagles of Reinhardt University. Franklin has a convoy with her, pitched back out front. Across the floor by Simpson to Lafina. Campbell to Franklin, Mackenzie back to Campbell. Lions Neal shuts down Moon. Campbell with a little bit of room, wants to take it through the paint, does the cut to the basket, and this is pitched off of the floor at the very end of the play. Great contact down inside, a really good couple of takes.
Mackenzie Franklin was asking the official, he thought her arm was being pulled on the rebound attempt. The official very respectfully listened to her and walked down the floor.
Big fan of officials who take the time to explain calls, work with the kids, be patient.
Be patient.
And year in and year out, we get great officials for the AAC championships for every sport. They do a wonderful job. Neal on the way, off the front. 1 minute and 40 gone in our final period. Stinnett, 3 ball on the way, no. Banged out. Another, no.
Several good looks out of that possession there. They could not find the bottom of the bucket, though. Nice closeout defense from Reinhardt.
Kraft backs it down, elbow, no. Wanted the 2 ball. Tied up, she goes to the boardwalk.
That'll be on Kraft. It'll be her second, team's first here in the fourth. Well, Lavery will return. Simpson will check out. Kelsey Johnson will return for the Bryan Lions. I've noticed when Reinhardt's on defense, starting to have a few people becoming ball watchers, watching the basketball versus their players.
Summer Kramer delivering some adjustments out onto the floor. One of the best assistants in the AAC. Helping out Tony Campbell on the bench for Reinhardt University night in and night out. And she's stepped in a couple of times and led the program. Super crucial last year when Tony was injured. Filled in along with Jeff Portier, the former AD, as head coach. And has led the program in 2 games this year. From the front court, Reinhardt, Lafina, Campbell, free and clear to the basket. 52-39 with 7:20 to play. That's our first bucket in over 2 minutes. The pump, Kinnard knifes her way across the edge of the block, and from the mid-post can't get it. Kraft has it taken out of her hands by Stinnett, perfectly timed by the Lion. 3 ball, that one from way downtown. Would have been miraculous if she hit it. Instead, a little collision in the whistle.
You're going to get Camper on the trip.
I might have fainted if she hit that 3.
Check
it was
that.
A 45-footer.
It's on Franklin as her second. That was deep. That's hash.
Measure that with a mile marker. How many kilometers was that 3 ball?
That's a long way.
Tried to shoot that one from, trying to think of a faraway state, Maryland. Nebraska. Iowa?
New Jersey.
Pass inside.
And that's that physicality on defense we talked about. Reinhardt again. They're playing at an elite level day defensively. They're contesting every single pass, getting a body on a cutter. And Campbell is going to be called for the charge. That'll be her fourth. Both teams have turned it over 10 times. The Reinhardt Eagles have been able to turn it into 11 points. The Bryan Lions only been able to turn the 10 turnovers for Reinhardt into 2 points.
Bryan College, 3-ball, wide open look. We get the whistle as that comes off the front of the iron for Stinnett.
It's going to be on McCutcheons. They her second. With the team's fourth. So with 6:39 to play in this one, the Bryan Lions will be shooting free throws the rest of the way. The Lions have yet to be whistled for a foul here in the fourth period. Very polite from Coach Campbell to say thank you for granting my timeout.
He's a pretty polite guy. 6:39 to play, 52-39, Reinhardt Eagles. Back in Kingsport in the final quarter, 52-39, 6.5 to play. The advantage in the hands of the Reinhardt Eagles, or should I say Wings. The Lions would love to paw it away. 6.5 to play as the violation called.
Nice job by Nayel Camper to slide over to take that charge. That's what you want to see. Now your defenders willing to take the bump, take the charge, get the turnover. 2-2-1 trap.
Long feed down the floor. Lavery in trouble from the straightaway. Floater, this one won't go over McCutcheons as Van Dyke goes up for it, and the ball going the other way. Quick whistle.
That'll be her first foul. And over to the back violation. Nice job boxing out by the Bryan Lions. Van Dyke, the freshman, 4.7 rebounds off the bench today for Reinhardt. Now send the line to shoot two. That'll be Tori Brooks. Been there one time. She sank that free throw as well.
Brooks at the line. No.
This situation gave 6 minutes, 13 seconds to play. Still got a little bit of time, down by 13. I think, well, that's still got time. We've only scored 39 points so far, though.
That's a good call. Yes, she gets this to go. Reinhardt's McCutcheons pitched across the floor. Camper, heavily defended, keeps it away from Kinnard. Back to McCutcheons. It's a 12-point lead, but not for long as this one is buried. Automatic from range. What a ball. Pitch down the floor, quick shot off the mark. Lavery continues cooking in Kingsport.
She got the bucket, she got the defensive rebound. This reason she's her first team All-AAC and the newcomer of the year in the conference.
Pitched up the floor, Lions one-on-one, and a huge collision down inside.
We caught on Camper, her second. Brooks to go to the line to shoot two more shots. Not for sure if Coach Campbell agreed with the block call.
I'm not sure either. Off the mark. You know, it happened so fast, I wasn't looking to see if her feet were moving.
Brooks definitely initiated the contact.
It's a close one. Yes, this goes.
It's easy for us to sit here and talk about it. We're not in the heat of the moment when the action's happening.
I mean, there's so much going on the floor. You're trying to watch 8 things. Big collision in front of the Eagle bench. And tensions are rising, and this is exactly what I was talking about. You have to protect your star scorer, and she takes another big hit here in Kingsport.
She's got 21 points, 6 rebounds.
Camper onto the floor, whistle right away.
You wonder if this lead gets maybe a few more points wider. Maybe they think about sitting Lavery for a few minutes this fourth period.
54-41, 5:31 to play. Reinhardt out in front. Back in Kingsport, Tennessee, where it's 54-41. Reinhardt's Eagles a 13-point advantage. Only 2 points for either team in the last 2 minutes of play. Gabriel Schrei, Gary Justice. It's the AAC Basketball Championships, the women's side of the bracket, the last game of day 2, the semifinals tomorrow, and the winner of this game moves on and plays the Bulldogs of Tennessee Wesleyan. Noelle Lavery, the only player in double digits. She's got 21, 7 for 12 from the floor. 6 rebounds to go along with that stat line. Lone tire on the arc, and Lavery again on the floor, and I talked about it before the break. She's getting beat up.
She is going to play. She's not going to play to protect herself. She's going to play the game of basketball. She's that type of competitor. Coaches may tell her, hey, just take it easy, do this. Noelle Lavery's not going to do that. Campbell will check back in, McCutcheon will check out. The rebounding battle now is even. And it's key because I think early on Reinhardt had more intensity on the glass than what Bryan did. Bryan did a better job now as matching that intensity. They just can't make shots right now, until now.
And that goes as it's 54-43, an 11-point game. Quickly down the floor. Kraft loses this. Blown tire. Bryan College Lions, 4:40 to play.
Need this one right here.
Bryan College and Reinhardt played back on the 12th. As this one goes to the Lions, in clutch time, it's getting late, and that makes it a single-digit game. 8 points separate us. They played back on February 12th, and Bryan took it 82-70 in Dayton, Tennessee. At the time, it dropped Reinhardt's record to 18-7. It was their last loss of the year before they closed to 3 wins. Lavery sidestepped straightaway 3 on the way. Big high bounce off the heel of the iron, collision down in the low paint.
And it's going to be free throws. Again, Reinhardt driven whistle for 5 fouls in the fourth period. Double bonus. 8-point lead. Go have an opportunity to put 2 more points on the scoreboard without the clock running. With 4:12 to play, these are key free throws. Got to keep the momentum. After the layup, after you broke the press, corralled the defense rebound, drew the foul.
Huge opportunity for the Lions as they get their first. For a second. Rattles all around and goes.
They'll probably set up their press now. They've been pressing the entire fourth period.
Tip stolen at midcourt. Coming back down the floor, Bryan College straight away. Gets it back. Kelsey unleashes one. It's off the front of the iron. Couldn't hit that one from downtown Kingsport, as now LaFina will run the floor. Uncorks a pass. Gathered. Haley Johnson sends it back to her, and Campbell ladles it home off of the glass to make it 56-48. Reinhardt back to an 8-point advantage. Tempo is increasing rapidly in Kingsport. Driving down inside, and she goes on a free trip down the paint.
That's happened to Bryan a lot today. He got a good look, unable to get it to go, though.
Laser pass. Kraft keeps it alive. Campbell on the straightaway will run the spin move. Harassed. She stays with it. Lafina steps back onto the front court, and she'll take some time off the clock. 12 on the shot clock, 13-15 game. 3-15 game, sorry.
And Bryan's only been whistled for one foul.
Campbell on the elbow, feeds it down low. Haley Johnson off the glass. Yes, this goes to the Reinhardt Eagles. They extend their lead back to 10 with 3 to play.
That's a big bucket. That's Haley Johnson's 4th point. Coach Belanis gave me a timeout.
Unreal come from behind for the Reinhardt Eagles. The Bryan Lions come out of the gate swinging, and it looked like it could have been a repeat from that game from just weeks ago on February 12th at Bryan College. But instead, the Reinhardt Eagles are cooking in Kingsport, Tennessee. A 10-point advantage with 3 to play, 58-48. Back in Kingsport, where it's a 10-point game, 58-48. 3 minutes to play, and that's about 100 years in AAC tournament time.
So far, Reinhardt 24 of 48 from the floor, 50%. Bryan 16 of 59. I thought Bryan's done a good job today, Gabe, of getting good looks at the bucket. It just, the ball will not go through the cylinder at a high enough rate for him.
They have to find some way to spark a couple of plays. Long inbounding feed down inside, spinning off the glass, this goes.
Here's an opportunity here where you can score a bucket with the clock not moving.
And one as she'll go to the line. Can she convert?
0 of 2 on the afternoon so far. This is a big one.
For the old-fashioned 3, Kennard, no. Campbell through midcourt. McCutcheon's back to her, Lafina. From the front court, she'll walk down towards the arc. Way outside, being defended. 2.5 to go in Kingsport, Tennessee. From the elbow. Long feed over the top. Lavery, 3-ball on the way. It rattles off the iron and is gathered by Franklin, where there's going to be a lot of contact down inside for a violation.
Nice job of Mackenzie Franklin, a battling fat offensive rebound. Time is on the side with Reinhardt. Corralling offensive rebound. They're able to run that clock down for 20 more seconds.
Pitched out onto the floor. Reinhardt Eagles burning as much clock as they can. They have the advantage by 8. RU over the top. Lavery is sacked, taken down hard to the boards.
She and Brooks collided, and Brooks is still down.
Hopefully Tori Brooks is all right.
That's her 3rd foul. You talk about 2 competitors. Lavery, the graduate student. Brooks, the senior. 2 first-team All-AAC members. Good sportsmanship there. Lavery going and patting her on the back, making sure she's okay. And that is the 2nd team foul in the 4th period, charged to the Bryan Lions.
Away, she got it. Hello, 10-point advantage for the Reinhardt Eagles with 2:11 to play. Sent outside, way back on the front court, nearly lost this. And a break on the floor, taken by the Lions of Bryan College. 2:04 to go, 10-point game. Reinhardt Eagles in the lead. in Kingsport, Tennessee. College hoops. It's the AAC Championships. All pitched onto the floor by the Lions of Bryan College. They trail by 10, 60 to 50.
The 5th time it's happened today. The shooters on the sideline, they want to take that step back before they go forward. They step out of bounds, and that's a crucial turnover for the Lions, trailing by 10 with 2 minutes to play.
Down the floor, from the sideline, Reinhardt works it up the arc. Kraft back to Franklin. McKenzie, long feed, and McCutcheons. There's going to be a whistle on a shove.
Kennard will be whistled for the foul, be her first, team's third. Actually, it's going to be on Kennard. It'll be on number 5, it'll be on Autumn Davis. That'll be her 5th. She'll lead the contest with 7 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists.
Sent onto the floor. Way back on the front court, and the violation as McCutcheons is jostled. 1:42 to play in a 10-point game.
Nevaeh Majors going to be pushed with the bump. It'll be her first. It'll be team's 4th. So the next foul, the Reinhardt Eagles will have to win this ball game from the free throw line.
The largest lead we've seen, 13 points for the Reinhardt Eagles. Right now, it's a 10-point advantage for Reinhardt. And another violation with 1:38 to play. This is a game where we saw 3 ties and 8 lead changes in the first half. It was close, close, close. We go to the locker room, Reinhardt comes out. They buried a ball right away out of the break, added 3 points to their total, and they haven't looked back since.
Impressive performance for Reinhardt. Come a game averaging giving up 61 points per ball game. They've only given up 50 today.
They basically spent the third period going on an 18-10 run. They outscored the Lions 18-10, and that's really what fueled the largest advantage of the game. They were leading by 4 going into the break. It gave them a 12-point advantage, and they've just cushioned that, added to it, maintained it best they can.
Yeah, going into halftime, Nia Moon had those 2 buckets right before halftime, gave them the momentum going into the third quarter.
Campbell somehow keeps it alive. Lavery floated down the sideline. Along the baseline, McCutcheons fires. Kraft short. Pinballs around, loose on the boardwalk. Orange picked up. Here come the Lions. Bryan College desperately needs a bucket. 70 seconds to play. 3 ball from the next county over, just off the side of the iron.
We'll get Sydney Neal for the hold. That'll be her 3rd.
Julia Kraft, the graduate student, a Georgia native, will shoot 2 for the Reinhardt Eagles.
Leah Tonello check back in. Kelsey Johnson checks out.
Her teammates call her Juju, crafty, off the mark.
I like how the body control she has when she dribbles the basketball. When you say crafty, she wiggles, she shakes and bakes, but she's always under control with the basketball.
I love watching Julia Kraft play. She gets this one to go.
Van Dyke will check in. Franklin will check out. Franklin will check out 3 points, 6 boards.
Through midcourt, the Lions of Bryan College pushing the tempo along the sideline. Bryan floats it across on the wing, 3 ball on the way. It clatters off the heel of the iron. A 12 points separate us. Bryan College can't get it. Violation on the baseline on the shove.
Hopefully she's okay on the push. We'll get Majors with the push.
You can hear Van Dyke and Kraft comforting her. Looks like she'll play on and appears to be all right.
The old adage, I believe she got hit in the funny bone.
Understandable.
It's never funny when you get hit by the funny bone. It stings.
It's actually so unfunny, I didn't think that was funny. Just kidding.
So the old funny bone, when you get hit there, basically a little shot to the arm, got a little, goes numb for a second or two.
Dozen points remains the margin between these two as the first off the mark for Lafina.
7 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Second team all AAC, all defensive team as well.
Make it lucky number 13 for the Eagles with 51 seconds to play. And so Reinhardt, who finished the regular season 21-7 with 17 conference wins, will advance to the semifinals of the Appalachian Athletic Conference basketball tournament with this win over Bryan College. And they're not dead yet. Making it an 11-point game, but a comeback very improbable, almost impossible.
And what makes it a tough road will be the ball handlers for Reinhardt. They have so many guys who can handle the basketball. It's hard to trap them, hard to press them. They want to be pressed because they want to play that type of pace.
Bryan's regular season 15-12, 13 conference wins, and they will drop the quarterfinal in the AAC conference tournament from Kingsport, Tennessee, after a really nice showing against a tough, strong, powerful Reinhardt side. Pitched on Campbell, burning clock, and the Lions standing off.
I thought Bryan played well. They did everything. They executed the game plan. It just the basketball would not go through the hoop. Defensively, I thought they played well. They matched the intensity on the backboard.
And this one off as a shot clock sounds. Nothing to be ashamed of. Great season. Really good year for these Lions of Bryan College. Put together another great campaign out of Dayton. Congratulations on a wonderful campaign to them and to the Reinhardt Eagles for advancing to the semifinal in tomorrow's game against Tennessee Wesleyan and the Bulldogs. A rematch. (64-52) the final. Gary Justice, closing thoughts on this one.
Yeah, Coach Campbell want to make sure they own the glass and minimize turnovers. They did a great job of that. That's the reason they come out victorious today.
Big-time win for the Reinhardt Eagles. They control the Bryan Lions, who upset them just a couple of weeks ago in Dayton, and advance to the semifinal tomorrow, which we'll have on the Southeast Sports Network. For Gary Justice, for the Lions, for the Eagles, and all the fans here, I'm Gabriel Schreier saying so long. Again, your final score, 64-52, Reinhardt wins. This has been a presentation of the Southeast Sports Network. All games and events airing on our networks are broadcast live and are copyright material. Today's game will be archived inside of the Apper platform where you viewed it and available for replay.